Hello there, niblings. I'm Eklinaar. Let's play Knights of the Old Republic, Episode 2. Alright, I'm about to escape from the Endar Spire with Qarth. So this is a dream sequence here.
Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever going to wake up. I'm Carth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you on the escape pod. Do you remember?
Alright, I'm Eklinaar.
We've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things. But try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Taris. You were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone.
Alright, it's Taris. Name sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Taris is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit, but it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves.
Why is it so important to find Bastila?
That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Taris. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
Where should we start looking?
While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
Okay, well, I think I know enough.
Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the Upper City. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
All right, so we're looking for Bastila. So there's this locker here, which I can use to store stuff. You know, I think the idea is I will occasionally come back here, since this is kind of my home base in this abandoned apartment. So this is an upgrade table. Remember that vibro blade I picked up? Well, here I can upgrade it. So here, I can upgrade this item. There's one upgrade available, a vibration cell. And it adds 1 bonus physical damage. And that's it. Those are the only upgrades I have, the only upgradable item I have. So now, my vibro blade, remember that I talked about how it was similar to the longsword, only its damage range was tighter, even though it had the same average damage. that +1 damage just made a pretty big difference. So now instead of 5 to 14, it does 6 to 15 damage, and it's clearly superior to the longsword at this point. So, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Have the vibro sword. All right, so I can talk to Qarth. Man, Qarth looks just the dual blaster thing. Like, I realize it's like a meme for it to be cool, but I just think it looks silly to be shooting 2 blasters at once. Alright, so I have to take Qarth with me, so remember I have to click on him. Or he doesn't actually get added to my party.
Right, you alien scum. Everybody get up against the wall. This is a raid. That's how we Sith deal with smart-mouth aliens. Now the rest of you, get up against the wall before I lose my temper again. What's this? Humans hiding out with aliens? They're Republic fugitives! Attack!
Alright, so these Sith are harassing the aliens who live in these apartments. So again, I only have 2 abilities, Flurry and Attack. Now, for reasons that would require kind of explaining D&D mechanics and probabilities, Flurry is really a bad idea at this point in the game. So I'm just going to be using my standard attack. So, well, I wiped them out pretty quick. Alright, so this Duros is happy to see me. So I'm just glad I could help. Alright, so he's gonna move the bodies, he says. Well, let me get their stuff first. A blaster rifle. Some grenades and adrenals. You probably remember adrenals from the Old Republic. They just give you a temporary stat boost. Except, unlike the Old Republic, they're actually kind of useful in this game. Right. He doesn't have anything else to tell me. So there are these doors in here. So here it's saying I can bash this door. Now, I have a level up available. Oh, I did the wrong thing. There we go. So, so yeah, I have a level up available. So yeah, I'll do Persuade and Treat Injury. Feats. Alright. So again, I still can't upgrade this. So let me just go over briefly. This is partly why Flurry is terrible until you get the better versions of it. You suffer a -4 to defense while using this feat. You also suffer a -4 to all attacks. So that means you're making your attacks at -4. You get to make a second attack, but it's at -4. And you're at -4 defense. So, like, unless your chance to hit is incredibly high, in my opinion, it's not worth it. Alright, let's see here. I can't get improved toughness yet. I can't get improved dueling yet. So, I think what I'm going to do is take conditioning. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. Conditioning, here we go. +1 to all saving throws. This is pretty important, even though it's not useful early in the game. Alright, so I'm level 3 now. And I get more vitality as my levels go up. My saving throws go up as I gain levels. And I think my attack bonus also goes up.
Ready.
You know, while I'm thinking about it, let me take a look at Qarth. So Qarth has these blasters here. Let me look at... Yeah, let me look at his feats. Alright, so... He's got all these feats that give him bonuses with blaster pistols. So it's better to keep him using pistols rather than giving him a rifle. Or a heavy weapon, even though he has training in those. In addition, he has 2-weapon fighting, 2 different feats of it. So he actually is decent at holding 2 blasters. Now, is this a This is a balanced weapon, so his penalty is not that severe. So I'll let him keep doing that. Let's see. I don't have any armor to give him. Alright. Well. Oh, let me look at his skills, too. So let's see. He doesn't have any ranks in either of these. He has some ranks in awareness. He has 1 rank in repair and 1 rank in security. He has some ranks in treat injury, so...
What?
Alright. It's weird that my character, like, says what, but doesn't actually say anything else. So this door's locked.
Ready.
Qarth does have the option to unlock it, but I think I'm just going to come back later.
Yes?
And worry about that some other time. Alright, so this Twi'lek is just being friendly. I'm just going to be friendly back. So he wants to sell me an energy shield. I'm just going to say I know all about energy shields. I'm going to ask him some questions, because I don't... Well, let me see what he's got first. Okay, so he sells some kind of expensive stuff. But it's all just standard equipment. Med packs. Sometimes it's worth it to buy like spikes and parts, if you know that you're going to use a lot of them. But yeah, there's nothing here that I really want. Let me talk to him again. Why do you have a kiosk? So he sells stuff to the aliens who live here. Alright, so he normally aliens aren't allowed in the upper city. Alright, so it's illegal for them to live here, but nobody has tried to stop them. Alright, he doesn't want to answer my questions, so that's it. So I'm not going to bother talking to him more. Right. Another locked door. So there's the exit of this building. I'm going to look around a little more. All these doors are locked. So he's upset that he's stuck here. That door's locked. Ah, there's the janitor he was talking about.
Hey there, watch where you're walking. I just cleaned those floors.
Who are you?
My name's Kadir. I'm the janitor for this building. You must be the new tenant here, right? Never thought they'd rent that abandoned apartment. You look like an off-worlder. What happened? You get stuck here because of the quarantine? Can't see any other reason someone would want to rent that old apartment.
I want to ask you questions.
Don't know how much I can tell you, but seeing as how you're new here, I guess I can try and help you out.
Tell me about Taris.
Decent enough place to live, I guess, except for the lower levels. That's where the swoop gangs hang out. Just stay in Upper City and you'll be fine. You also might want to check out the cantina. I used to go there when I was younger. Good place to get a drink and find out what's going on in the Upper City.
Where's the cantina?
Just keep following the apartment complex ring until you come to the elevator. It'll take you out to the upper streets there. And from there, just head south a ways. You can't miss it.
I want to ask you something else.
Don't know how much I can tell you, but seeing as how you're new here, I guess I can try and help you out.
Where can I get equipment?
Well, the best place to go is probably Kebley Yurt's store. She's right across from the cantina, so you can stop in for a drink if you get thirsty while you're shopping. Just keep following the apartment complex ring until you come to the elevator. It'll take you out to the upper streets there. And from there, just head south a ways. You can't miss it.
Alright, very informative. I want to ask you something else.
Don't know how much I can tell you, but
skip this dialogue since we've heard it before. What do you think of the Sith?
Not much of an issue for me, you know. I ain't never left Taris, and they ain't never gonna. A lot of other folks are sure riled up about it, but I don't really know much about it. I prefer to keep to myself mostly. But there's plenty of people at the cantina who'll be more than happy to tell you what they think about the Sith and their quarantine.
Alright, well, that seems like everything he has to tell me.
I should get back to work anyway. I'll probably see you around. I'm here most of the time. The building doesn't clean itself, you know.
Don't we have droids for that? And there's the door to my apartment. Okay. Oh, hey, there's a button that makes me swish my sword. I don't know why. Anyway, let's get out of here. Let's go see the city. Alright, so journal entry. Where's my journal? Journal. So the journal is my quest log, essentially. And see, they call them quests in this game. They were kind of used to it back in 2003. So Taris is an ecumenopolis, just like Coruscant. But Taris is not one of the core worlds. It's farther out in the galaxy.
I can't believe the Sith put a quarantine on the planet. It's bad enough we can't leave, but all you off-worlders are stuck here too.
I actually recognize that actor. She was in a couple Star Trek episodes. Can't remember her name. I like her though. She's cool. She always does a good job. So this escape pod probably came from the Endar Spire. Alright, is there anyone out here to talk to? So the people without names aren't really going to have anything to say. So like I can talk to these protocol droids and these Sith troopers and whatnot. But generally if someone doesn't have a name, it's not going to matter. I should talk to Qarth. Okay.
Yes, what's on your mind? Taris? The planet's all one big city, but its golden years are long past. And things have gotten worse since the Sith occupied it. From what I hear, the wealthy live on the tops of all the tall towers, and if you're poor, you live down in the shadows. And it gets worse the lower you go. Well, that's all I can think of, at any rate.
Alright, I asked him about Taris, so that pretty much covers it. I'll ask more about Qarth.
Me? Well, I've been a star pilot for the Republic for years. Seen more than my share of wars. I fought in the Mandalorian Wars before all this started. But with all that, I've never experienced anything like the slaughter these Sith animals can unleash. Not even the Mandalorians were that senseless. My homeworld was one of the first planets to fall to Malik's fleet. The Sith bombed it into submission, and there wasn't a damn thing our Republic forces could do to stop them.
I'm gonna express empathy. Tell him sorry that it's painful.
I'm just a soldier. I go where the fleet admirals tell me to. I follow my orders and I do my duty. It's just... doesn't seem right that doing that means I failed them. I didn't.
Do you mean the people of your homeworld?
Yeah, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not making much sense, am I? You probably mean well with your questions. I'm just not accustomed to talking about my past very much. At all, actually. I'm more used to taking action, keeping my mind focused on the business at hand. So let's just do that. If you have more questions, ask them later.
Alright. Well, Qarth seems a little troubled. So here's Qibla's shop. So, what's going on here, Qibla?
Hello there. I haven't seen you in my shop before. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Qibla Yurt. Welcome to the Equipment Emporium. You looking to buy some supplies? My shop's the largest one in all of Upper Taris. Best selection on the planet. Whatever you need, I've got. Well, mostly.
Mostly? What do you mean by that?
The Sith confiscated all my heavy weapons, and they impounded all my ships and swoop bikes. But I've still got a real nice selection, if you're interested.
Okay.
Just so you know, the prices on the items are final. No bargaining here. This isn't a swap meet, okay? I only deal in top-notch stuff.
Alright, so again, just kind of standard shop. Some of this is decent gear, but none of it is anything special. So, I'm not gonna bother paying for any of it. Now, that one is kind of useful, but...
Welcome to the Equipment Emporium.
I want to ask some questions.
Anything I can do to help a potential customer out. What do you want to know?
What do you know about the escape pods?
I heard a couple of pods crash down in the Undercity. I bet the crash sites have already been stripped clean by the Sith, though. Unless the swoop gangs or Davic's men got there first.
What can you tell me about swoop gangs?
I don't have anything good to say about those swoop gangs. Zooming around on their swoop bikes, terrorizing the lower city like a bunch of animals. Things weren't so bad when the hidden Becks were running the show. But ever since the rise of the Black Vulcar gang, the lower city has been nothing short of a war zone. The Sith haven't even bothered trying to maintain order down there. And I heard a rumor that Davic's own people are having problems with the Black Vulcars now.
What do you know about Davic?
Oh, Davic's a legitimate businessman, if you get my drift. Smuggling, slaving, extortion. They say he's a member of the Exchange, you know, the big intergalactic criminal organization.
Well, I've heard of the Exchange. Bad organization to cross. But if anyone has blockade-breaking ships, however, it's them.
I have to pay him a protection fee every month, but it's reasonable. And I get most of my inventory through Davic and his suppliers. I'm just smart enough not to ask where it came from, you understand?
Probably shouldn't insult the crime lord to someone who essentially works for him. Is Davic working with the Sith?
Davic hates the Sith as much as anybody. The quarantine has put a real dent in his operations, too. But he's keeping a low profile as long as the occupation lasts. Davic stays out of the way, and the Sith don't bother him. The swoop gangs could learn a thing or two from this tidy little arrangement, instead of always going after each other.
How do you feel about the Sith?
It's not smart to say bad things about the people in power, if you get my meaning. I just wish the Sith would ease up on the quarantine, though. They're killing my business. I can't say I like having them here in Upper City, but it could be worse, and we're still a lot better off than the Lower City, what with those swoop gangs and all.
Give me some general information.
Oh, you're one of those off-worlders, aren't you? Come to Taris for a short business trip and end up stuck here because of the Sith quarantine, right? Oh, you can't be too happy. Trapped on an unfamiliar world and all. But Taris isn't so bad, as long as you stay in the Upper City. Just try to avoid the Sith. And stay out of the Lower City. The swoop gangs are totally out of control. Even Davik's men are having trouble down there.
Alright, I'll be coming.
Good day to you, then. Remember to come back to my shop if you ever need any supplies.
Alright, well, she doesn't seem to have anything that I need. Alright. Well, I think that's going to do it for this episode. So, tune in next time, and I'll continue exploring Upper Taris. May the Force be with you, niblings.